Welcome to Sports Bios, the definitive journey into the lives of athletic icons. I'm your host, Howard Closewell. Today, we embark on a fascinating exploration of the life and legacy of Gordie Howe, the man affectionately known as, Mr. Spectionately known as, hockey. With a career spanning an astonishing 6 decades, Gordie Howe's impact on the sport is immeasurable. But to truly understand this hockey legend, we must delve into the formative years that shaped his character and destiny. Born on March 34, 1928, in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada, Gordie Howe grew up in a humble household with his parents, Abby and Kathleen, and his 8 siblings. The Great Depression had left an indelible mark on the family, with Gordie's father working tirelessly as a laborer to provide for their needs. This austere upbringing would instill in Gordie a strong work ethic and resilience that would serve him well throughout his life. As a young boy, Gordie spent countless hours playing hockey on the frozen ponds of Saskatoon, developing a passion for the sport that would become his all-consuming focus. He would often skate on the outdoor rinks at Victoria Park and Exhibition Stadium, where he honed his skills and learned to navigate the rough-and-tumble world of amateur hockey. His family's modest means meant that he had to be resourceful and creative in finding ways to play the game, often using makeshift equipment and improvising with whatever materials were available. Gordie's education took place at King George Community School, where he excelled in sports but struggled academically. Despite his challenges in the classroom, Gordie's natural talent and dedication to hockey earned him recognition from local coaches and scouts. His parents, though not overly involved in his athletic pursuits, encouraged his passion for the sport and supported his efforts to develop his skills. The historical context of Gordie's early years is fascinating, with the National Hockey League (NHL) expanding its reach across North America during the 1930s and 1940s. The league's growth was fueled by the popularity of teams like the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Montreal Canadiens, which helped to establish hockey as a beloved national pastime in Canada. Gordie's rise to prominence would coincide with this surge in popularity, as he became an iconic figure in Canadian sports. The seeds of his future greatness were sown in the frozen landscapes of Saskatoon, where a young boy's passion for hockey would eventually blossom into an unparalleled career. The influence of local coaches such as Murray Armstrong, who recognized Gordie's potential and helped him develop his skills, was instrumental in shaping his early years. Gordie's relationships with his siblings, particularly his brother Vern, also played a significant role in his development as a hockey player. The two brothers would often engage in fierce competitions on the outdoor rinks, with Gordie emerging as the more skilled and determined player. These early rivalries helped to foster a strong sense of competitiveness in Gordie, which would serve him well throughout his career. The values of hard work, resilience, and determination instilled in him by his family and community would become the hallmarks of his remarkable career. Hockey. Gordie's professional journey began in 1946 when he joined the Detroit Red Wings at just 18 years old. The team's general manager, Jack Adams, had been impressed by Gordie's skills during a tryout, and he soon became an integral part of the Red Wings lineup. Over the next several decades, Gordie would establish himself as one of the most dominant players in the NHL, known for his incredible speed, agility, and scoring ability. One of Gordie's most notable achievements was his record-breaking 801 goals, a milestone that stood for over 40 years. He also holds the record for most games played in the NHL with an astonishing 707 appearances. Gordie's on-ice accomplishments were recognized with numerous awards, including 6 Hart Trophies as the league's most valuable player and 23 All-Star Game selections. Gordie's impact on the game extended beyond his individual achievements. He was a key member of 4 Stanley Cup-winning teams with the Red Wings, including 3 consecutive championships from 1950 to 1952. His leadership and clutch performances in critical games earned him the respect and admiration of his teammates and opponents alike. Gordie's influence on the sport also helped to popularize hockey in the United States, paving the way for future generations of American players. The 1950s were a particularly remarkable period in Gordie's career, as he formed a dynamic duo with line mate Ted Lindsay. Together, they dominated opposing teams, with Gordie's goal-scoring prowess complemented by Lindsay's exceptional playmaking skills. This partnership helped the Red Wings become one of the most successful teams of the era, with Gordie and Lindsay leading the charge. Gordie's enduring legacy is also reflected in his impact on the community. He was an ambassador for the sport, known for his kindness, humility, and generosity off the ice. Gordie frequently visited hospitals, participated in charity events, and supported local youth hockey programs, inspiring countless young players to pursue their dreams. His commitment to giving back to the community earned him the NHL's Lifetime Achievement Award in 2008. He was surrounded by exceptional teammates, coaches, and mentors who helped shape his development as a player. The guidance of legendary coach Tommy Ivan, who led the Red Wings to 3 Stanley Cup championships during Gordie's tenure, played a significant role in his growth as a hockey player. The historical context of Gordie's career is also fascinating, with the NHL undergoing significant changes and expansion during the 1960s and 1970s. The introduction of new teams, such as the Philadelphia Flyers and the Buffalo Sabres, brought fresh talent and competition to the league, pushing Gordie to continue adapting and evolving as a player. From his record-breaking goals to his inspiring community work, Gordie's legacy continues to inspire new generations of players and fans alike. Hockey. Gordie's decision to come out of retirement in 1979 was met with a mix of surprise and excitement from the hockey world. At 45 years old, he was considered ancient by hockey standards, but Gordie was determined to prove that he still had what it took to compete at the highest level. He joined the Hartford Whalers, where his son Mark was already playing, and quickly dispelled any doubts about his abilities. Over the next 4 seasons, Gordie would play in 431 games, scoring 17 goals and adding 219 assists. One of the most remarkable aspects of Gordie's comeback was his ability to adapt to the changing game. The NHL had introduced a number of rule changes since his initial retirement, including the introduction of the helmet and the removal of the goalies' masks. Gordie, however, was able to adjust his playing style to accommodate these changes, using his incredible speed and agility to outmaneuver opponents. Gordie's time with the Whalers also gave him the opportunity to play alongside his son Mark, which was a dream come true for both of them. The two would often be seen on the ice together, with Gordie providing guidance and mentorship to his younger teammate. Their partnership was not only special for the Howe family, but also for the fans, who loved seeing the older and younger generations of Howes play together. In 1980, Gordie's remarkable career was recognized when he was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame. The ceremony was attended by many of his former teammates, opponents, and friends, all of whom came to pay tribute to his incredible achievements on the ice. Gordie's induction speech was characteristically humble, as he thanked his family, teammates, and coaches for their support throughout his career. As Gordie's playing days drew to a close, he began to focus more on his philanthropic work. He became involved with a number of charitable organizations, including the Boys and Girls Clubs of America and the United Way. Gordie also worked tirelessly to promote hockey in the United States, attending countless clinics and camps to inspire young players to take up the sport. In the years following his retirement, Gordie's legacy continued to grow. He was awarded the Congressional Gold Medal in 1998, the highest civilian honor in the United States, for his contributions to hockey and American society. Throughout his life, Gordie remained humble and grounded, never forgetting his roots or the people who had supported him along the way. As he looked back on his remarkable career, he was proud of what he had achieved, but also grateful for the opportunities he had been given. As Gordie once said, "I've been blessed to have had such a wonderful life, and I'm thankful for every moment I spent on the ice." His dedication, work ethic, and passion for the sport inspired countless young players to pursue their dreams, and his philanthropic work continues to make a positive impact on communities around the world. That's all for today's Sports Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, I'm Howard Closewell, reminding you to keep shooting for your goals.